Hello, everyone. Welcome to the stream today. Gina, thank you for the 19th month. Brittany, thank you for the 14th. Joyous with 5. No, it's too many things. What was this? CG, thank you for the 12th. Mindy with 72. I appreciate all of the resubs and subs. Kipper, thank you for the 39th. Jennifer with 33. Magic with 33. Gizmo with 3 months in advance. Thank you so much. Hype train running here on Twitch. I am live on YouTube and Twitch for tonight's Veto episode of Big Brother 27. Update on the votes. Spoilers. There are always spoilers here. This is a spoiler-friendly place. For Big Brother, at the very least. McCherry, thank you for the for the gifted. Jazz, thank you for the 58th. Kasigo, thank you for the 28th. Jackie with 3 months in advance as well. Thank you so much. Gecko, thank you for the subscription. Welcome to the Robot Army. Tastemakers, it should be dropping. We recorded yesterday. I think we're just waiting on the drop. I think so. Basically, we had to reschedule to record on Tuesday. And then because we rescheduled for Tuesday, I think like the production side of it got thrown off a little bit, but it should be dropping soon. We talked weapons with Taylor. Indy, thank you for the subscription. Welcome to the Robot Army. Gizmo, thank you for gifting a sub. Thundercats with 26. Sedaddle with 61 in a row. Thank you so much. Zings with a conversion. Thank you so much. Adia, thank you for the 14. Look at all these people. All these people. Oh, you know what I bet it is? It's the 13th. And the season started on the 10th. I bet we're getting all of the start of the season resubs. Lena, thank you for the 15th. Emily, thank you for the 38th. Real Sassy with 2, Crossing with 9. Thank you so much. Yeah, only Big Brother spoilers are here. That's how it goes. This has been the week you've watched the least amount of feeds and the most has happened. 3 Point Breezy, thank you for the subscription. Welcome to the Robot Army. Dar with 48 months. Thank you so much. Let's get a prediction running. Commercial by 5:14. We did briefly mention Butterfly, not too deep on it. Mostly just that, like, we could tell by the poster that it was an Amazon Prime show. Established, thank you for the 28th. I still gotta watch Alien. So this is the problem. We talked about Alien Earth as an upcoming show, and now it aired last night. So, but I'm excited for Alien. I changed the time based on the vibe. It's a 90-minute episode, so they usually have a longer first segment as well. So I'll usually up it if it's a 90-minute, but it just depends. Would I play Big Brother? Honestly, probably not. I've said before, like, if they came and asked me, I'd have a hard time saying no, but I don't have a particular desire to go play. Tom, thank you for the 13th. Bald guy with the 9th, thank you. It is. It's a long time. That's the main thing. It's a long time. It's a very stressful environment. I don't know if I need that for my health. You know what I mean? And then the thing about other shows is that genuinely I would want the live feeds. I would be not really super excited to go on a show with no live feeds. Oh, nice. Thank you for the 9th. Sorry, thank you for the 13th. Yeah, I mean, I'd be renting the cameras all the time, obviously. You're right. Thank you for the whoa, it went too fast. It went too fast. 7th month. Would I do a celebrity season? Well, A, I'm not qualified, but B, I would be much more likely to. Just because it'd be shorter. But I mean, come on now. Like, I'd literally be going on at best as the guy that wrote the book on Big Brother. I believe we are starting soon. Here we go. Episode is on. Oh, wow. I'm sorry, guys.
We're kind of like the melting pot. I like the melting pot.
Oh, equally bad. We went from one bad to another. Lips being locked to melting pot. If I were in this house, who would I pair up with? I mean, obviously, I'd be working with Rachel. That's like no question. I bet you I could bro it up with Keanu real good. I bet you I'd be good at that because I'm a dude. and I work out and I listen to Linkin Park and I know about Dungeons and Dragons. Awful, think of the 100 bits. What's your favorite K-pop group? Lady, thank you for the 7th. Emily, thank you for the 2nd month. You guys are telling me that we're getting the speech, but we're past it. How are they going to do this? It's a rewind? Jeez, I'm far behind, huh? They're literally rewinding. Okay, all right. Come on, Vinny. You're in the diary room. Ambi, thank you for the 56th. Hello, thank you for the 8th. It was literally like they heard the complaints. Jefferson, thank you for the 24th. And Sona, thank you for the 4th. Oh, we're getting the Will hiding in the bathroom. If you're on Paramount Plus, click like the menu and then click on just live TV. That's how you get there. Oops. Oops. You should only be able to get to live feeds on the Big Brother page specifically. This is like the home page. You might not be in the right time zone also. Yeah, you need to be on East Coast time. There are browser extensions for that. This conversation could be the thing that gets Zach evicted, to be honest. Did I not do Ava right? Frankly, that's just my opinion. If you want to be mad, that's fine. BJ, think of the second. I knew he didn't want to give her the 10K. I knew it. I mean, obviously, but I knew he was steaming about it. Cab, think of the 24th. What is Mickey even talking about? She literally is the one that suggested specifically Zach. No, think of the 22nd. Would Ava have been given safety next week if she had been given the... That's actually a... I mean, the answer is no, but that's an interesting thought. What if in order to play the power, not only did you have to give up the 10K, but then also you gave the safety away to that person? And then that person had safety moving forward. No, it wouldn't be the same thing. I think it would have to be just they're safe the following week. I think it would just be a one-time thing. It'd be like if Zach used it, Ava's safe the following week, and that's it. Holly, thank you for converting. It's just kind of like the HOH you screw over a little bit, nails safety the following week, which is obviously not ideal to the person that took themselves off the block. If you take yourself off, you take yourself off. I'm sorry. I'm sorry that you're on the block. Gotta put a kaputs to that. Control thing of the 21st. It's 20 seconds left. And that's it. It's a commercial. Next prediction. Veto draw? Spinner, thank you for the 44th. DS, thank you for the 19th. And Avery, thank you for the 11th. Steph, thank you for the 21st. And Starving, thank you for the 18th. I had a quick idea here. Rel, thank you for the 3 months in advance. I appreciate that. No way, thank you for the 6th. All right.
Gotta put kaputs to that.
Yep. Yep. And then hold on, don't worry, one more.
I'm pooping my pants.
There we go.
I'm pooping my pants.
Amy, thank you for the 17th month.
My weakness is that I'm pooping my pants.
I literally listened to Papa Roach all day today. Brought me back. Oliver, thank you for the 18th. They've actually made some pretty good music lately too. Papa Roach. We're back. You can't send home a shield early. So if you don't send the shields out early, then you send out the people the shields are supposed to be protecting? How does that work? Why are we following Mickey's chain of logic in the episodes? This is a wild goose chase. Ava had a conversation with Morgan today where Morgan was like, "You need to evict Keanu." And she was like, "What? Keanu first. So I keep Keanu? No! Keanu needs to go." And then Mickey left, and Ava was like, I don't even know. I don't even remember what she said, if I'm being honest. I mean, Morgan was already the renom. But I appreciate that they're showing how messy Mickey is. All right, we're back. We're back to Riley and Catherine. Listen, if you are like Devin and have a daughter, this is perhaps a good teaching moment. They're literally showing this gross conversation like it's heartwarming. Oh, God. I can't handle these people. I can't. It just like actually bothers me that they know what's happening with Riley and Catherine and actively think it's more than okay. In fact, they think that it's like desirable. Like it's genuinely gross from them. But you know, not surprising from a show that has continued to design its competitions for primarily men to win for a long time. All right, no veto draw. There was no veto draw, but we will run it back. Will we get a veto draw this time? I like actually don't want to watch Zach not use his power. I'm actually dreading it. It's just one of those things where you're just like, this shouldn't exist, you know? I did post, by the way, if you're looking for a show that doesn't physically pain you to watch, I posted my Patreon episode 7 of the Genius, Korean Genius, season 1, episode 7, the open or pass episode. Pretty good one, pretty good episode. Um, Definitely got me. How am I liking Genius versus Devil's Plan so far? So far, I do feel like Devil's Plan is the elevated version of the Genius, which is not something that I would have thought. Because like when I watched the Devil's Plan, I remembered it like it was the Genius. Um, it's like when you play a remaster of like Ocarina of Time, and you're like, yeah, this is what I remember, and then you play the original, and you're like, this looks terrible. Like I watched the Devil's Plan, I'm like, yeah, this is like what the Genius is, and then I watched the Genius, and I'm like, oh, oh, they really improved a lot of things with Devil's Plan, but of course, uh, it's still great, and yeah, the casting is phenomenal. Also, my memory is that like the following seasons are potentially even better, but um, enjoying it over there on Patreon. Australian Survivor starting soon as well, which I will be covering on Patreon. Um, so that'll be fun. I believe it starts the 17th, so it'll be. Is it Sunday? Is that right? All right, we're back. We're back. And we're picking players. I have a separate Patreon for this specific kind of reaction content. It's basically this, but you see the episode. What I will say about the genius reaction is that I was so mad at myself for coming so close to catching something in that episode. I feel like that diary room from Mickey was so Frankenbited. Are they like the Mickey forward edit makes me feel like they're gonna try to credit Mickey for Zach not using his power or something. And I wish we could more often hear people say have a seat. More or less, thank you for the 11th month. Prediction. Do we start playing the veto? So this is not just walking out into the backyard. This is start playing. I'm going to need at least one shot in the next segment. Yeah. I am curious about how much of the punishments we're going to see in this episode as well. Even though it's 90 minutes, it still feels like, can we really get all of them in, plus the veto comp, plus Zach not using his power? Like, Could be a cliffhanger. Yeah. Could be. Jersey, thank you for the 27th. It would be funny because it would be like, I mean, I don't know if it works as a cliffhanger, to be honest, because he doesn't use it. Because, like, in what world are you going to, like, end the cliffhanger and be like, well, maybe he doesn't, like, you're going to be like, oh, come on, you're trying to trick me. I know he uses it. Come on, jeez. Like, you're not going to believe an edit that says he's not going to use it. You're going to think they're trying to trick you. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Feeds or feedsing? I was wondering what Catherine would have to say about. Episodes back though. Ooh, this looks like a definite yes. Keanu, it wouldn't have been your fourth in a row. It would have been your third in a row. You actively lost that first veto. You just held it. Oh, I like that. I like that angle. That it disappears. Yeah, well, this is luck because it's not physical, guys. Obviously. If it's physical, then it's, earned. And if it's not, then it basically might as well be roulette. That's what I heard. Zach, please. Just go down like at least 3 levels in the DR. Can you imagine if that's just how I streamed all the time? All right, guys, let's make sure they don't have the lowest score. I like how they repeat the rules as though they are the devil's plan or the genius. And they need to. Oh no, they have to remember the scoring zones. Oh, I lost the energy there. I'm sorry. Oh, I lost the energy there. I'm sorry. I just like, why do we need a diary room for every shot? The golden power of veto. I mean, it makes sense to give the veto out first because somebody's guaranteed to steal it. You want as many trades as possible. Hippie, thank you for the 7th month. We're reclining. We're reclining a bit today. Regina, thank you for the subscription. Welcome to the Robot Army. My strategy is to get a higher point total than the other point totals. Oh no, I got a low point total. Damn. So he's going to take the veto from Will, give Will partners in crime. Then Zach is going to take partners in crime from Will in exchange for the London trip. And then I assume maybe the next person out gets the butler. We did start playing the Veto, by the way. Am I the only one? When I hear London, England, I feel like it's redundant. I feel like there are just some cities you don't need to name the country. Well, I feel like if you're going to London, Ontario, you'd say London, Ontario. You wouldn't say you were going to London. It's like having a slice of pie. You know what I mean? Forever indebted. The Burger Boys are back in town. Going first is such a disadvantage. Yeah, I appreciate the speed up there. So she's going to give Butler to Keanu. Vince is going to get 5K, give it to her. And then Catherine is going to take the veto from him after he begs her not to. I think you got to go for 40. Maureen, thank you for the 13th month. We're really gonna cliffhanger this? I was gonna be so impressed that we finished in one segment. I'm tired. I feel like this has happened last Wednesday. Should I pull out the treadmill? I feel like maybe I should. Prediction. Do we see Vince's egg costume? No. Yes. Yes. All right. I'm gonna pull out the treadmill. Whoops. I didn't break the camera. Thank God. It is a little bit askew. Also, that is probably the most fragile part of the camera. I just pulled on the HDMI port. Yodi, thank you for the subscription. Welcome to the Robot Army. Last year I kept freezing the stream, yeah. All right, here we go. Yo, thank you for getting the book. I appreciate it. The treadmill is very squeaky at first. You have to like stomp on it and then it stops being squeaky. Come on. Is my name common? Not particularly. But it exists. Come on. Almost. Come on. We're back. Yeah, there is a basketball player with my name, yeah. Vivi, thank you for the 31st. I haven't gotten an update on the book sales in a while, but I'll update you on a commercial. Think of the 100 or the 1,000 bits. Andrew with 3 months. Thank you. Guaranteed 5 grand. He really is shameless. Do what you gotta do, sis. Oof. Yeah, Vince. Sorry, you missed. See, Vince doesn't know this, but there was actually one thing he could have said in that moment to prevent Catherine from taking the veto from him. And this is definitely in the book. If he had just said
I'm pooping my pants.
easy win. I couldn't keep a straight face the whole time. I'm normally pretty good at that. Morgan's face. Rachel did volunteer. At least that was what was said, actually. Maybe that was a lie to make it seem like... No, she said she volunteered to him. Vince, come on, man. Laura, thank you for the 6th. I need Vince to get some confidence. You know what I mean? I feel like I'd get along really well with a Vince that was more self-assured and less insecure. Because I think his insecurity is a huge part of why he trash talks so much too. Maybe it's an act. No, I mean, like, he plays the game that way, right? Like, I mean, he does play up his insecurities. He plays up his sort of patheticness, but He plays it up because it's him. We saw it when he was HOH. We saw it when Lauren was HOH. We did not see Vince's egg costume. Does Zach start his punishment in the next segment? In order to count this, I'm going to need to see them in the backyard with whatever setup it is. What I will say is, like, I don't hate Vince going for it when Catherine wins that. I don't think he used exactly the right words. I don't think saying, I've been applying for 10 years, I need this. I don't think that was the right way. I think instead of focusing on why, like, it should be you, like, you need this, instead you focus on your relationship with Catherine and why it might be beneficial to her in the game. Like, please, I don't have the votes to stay. I'm never going to beat these two in the blockbuster. If you don't give me the veto now, I think I'm going home, and you know I'm good for your game. This is our one chance. I'll be loyal to you forever. You know, whatever. It's always going to be unlikely to work, but I don't hate the effort. I don't hate the try. If you do manage to, like, swing some kind of in the moment thought, like, oh, I maybe, okay, fine. Maybe she regrets it after. Too late. You've got a veto. You're safe this week. Could be a month before you're vulnerable again, you know? So the book update is, I don't have numbers. I haven't asked in a while. But basically the marketing team was like, hey, we're in the range that we could like bestseller lists are definitely possible. And so because of that, they want me to start like selling from other bookstores. Because apparently in order to get on bestseller lists, you need to sell from more than one bookstore. I guess they didn't really think I had a chance before, so they were like, whatever. But now all of my sales are from one bookstore. So we got to figure that out. We're back though. This is definitely one of the better costumes they've ever come up with. And there couldn't be a better person to be in it. I actually think it's helped Vince's game a lot this week, if I'm being honest. I know he disagrees. But it's so, like, he tries to play pathetic so often, and it just comes off a little smarmy sometimes because he's got a kind of devious look. But as an egg, he just seems pathetic. So it really works. Khalid, thank you for the $1.99 over on YouTube. Current voting scenarios, still currently Keanu's in a lot of trouble if he stays on the block. I think it might have flipped back to Zach leaves over Vince if the two of them are on the block. But honestly, it's still just so up in the air, it's hard to properly... Yeah, I haven't obviously been watching the Cat Riley Mickey conversation that's happening right now, so that could definitely have an impact. Bringing out the Skittles, oh boy. Oh my god, yeah, I see him. I mean, Kat has been, to her credit, one of the hardest people to manipulate in the game when it comes to her vote. She has historically just stuck to her guns to her benefit every time. Now, this time, I'm not sure it's entirely to her benefit. She has been convinced to keep Vinny over Keanu, which is not good. All right, they're getting their costumes, but I told you I need them outside. Here they are. Mickey's saying if Keanu stays, he might put up herself, Morgan, Will, or Ava. Yeah, I'm pretty sure they're fine with all of those options. Rachel is so fun here. You can tell they really bonded here. You can tell why there was like this brief thing. And Morgan hated this so much. She hated that they were getting along so much that her and Mickey have literally flipped the entire house around to make sure that Rachel is the next target and that Zach must disavow any connection to Rachel in order to stay. Why is Mickey... I'm sorry. Mickey's not good in the DR. There aren't a lot of people that are good at... I feel like... obviously, Rachel is. I feel like Ava's good in the DR. Will's very good in the DR. I feel like Morgan is actually pretty good in the DR. Mickey's just super flat, though. And they've had her in the DR so much. Vince is good in the DR. Kat's fine, mostly because, like, she just feels natural. I don't remember how... I feel like Ashley hasn't had a DR this episode. Sue, thank you for the 3 months in advance. I appreciate that. Thanks, Alyssa. Next prediction. Rachel versus Morgan. Do we see Rachel versus Morgan? Devils, thank you for the 11th month. This is, of course, I mean, you guys know what I'm talking about. I don't like this pizza commercial because it makes me want pizza. They shouldn't be allowed to do that. Jenny, thank you for the 9th month. 90 minutes today. So we are about 18 minutes from the end. And then there will be a recap tonight that I'm reasonably certain I'm not on. Although I did just realize that I did not double check. I am not on it tonight. Thank God. That would have been upsetting to have not known. You got the cheesed stuffed crust. I have rarely had a stuffed crust that I've liked. I feel like it exists, but normally it's not great. It just adds a lot of extra like fattiness, and usually the stuffing, like the cheese, is like not flavorful enough. It's like I'm eating a bad mozzarella stick. All right, we're back. And I'd rather be eating the good stuff from the pizza, you know? I do feel like this is not as cool as other punishments in this of this ilk. They're not really doing much. They're just hanging out in the jail cell most of the time. Yeah, Morgan is definitely their #1 fan. Like, honestly, I love this for you guys. They didn't force the house guests to stay up to watch now. They chose to. Not all of them, obviously. I mean, you couldn't have given up. What do you mean you never gave up? Oh, we're setting up Morgan v. Rachel. My problem is that this was so long ago, this conversation. This was when Jimmy was still in the house. So I don't know when Ashley said that Rachel's her #1. Michael over on YouTube with $50. Thank you so much, Michael. Look at the little guy. Hold on, I think I have a.
Holy cow, a 53!
Close enough!
Richard with 1999. Thank you so much over on YouTube. They left out the part where the entire point of this conversation was Morgan campaigning for both Vince and Zach to stay. Tell your friends. Did we see that in the episode? I missed it. Did they show Morgan talking about Catherine and Riley? I think I was busy. Okay. She was open, but I wouldn't say she was super open in this conversation. She was too tired. Part of the problem was that Rachel was advising they use it on Keanu and not Zach, and Ava wasn't really down for that. But it is what they should have done. I mean, it is what they should have done without the knowledge that Zach has a secret veto. The irony is that if they had done that, Zach probably does use his veto. And then she's forced to lean on Lauren, and that's not ideal at all. So they kind of made the wrong move, and it still might end up doing the wrong thing, but it wasn't as bad as the right move would have been, potentially. We did get Rachel versus Morgan. Final prediction is Final DR. Is it Ava, Morgan, Zach, Keanu, Vince, Rachel, Mickey, other? Have I ever seen a player fall so hard from audience love as much as Mickey? Probably, to be honest. Catster, thank you for the 17th. Yeah, prediction is up. You got about 15 seconds left. Heavy money in on Zach, which makes sense. He's got the power to not use. I feel like we haven't set up just how much Zach had been told at this point that it was 50-50 for him to go or leave, or go or stay. All right, we're back. I want him to go so bad. I've never wanted somebody to be evicted more for reasons that are game related than Zach in this moment, in recent memory. Pandora, I think the second month. Vince. Vince being so serious in the costume. At the time he made this decision, Morgan wasn't even voting for him to stay against Vince. That final shot of Vince poking his head out. I think he should have to wear that the whole season. I think he should have to compete in it. Oh boy. I don't think they normally announce the wall until morning of. Big thing tomorrow will be obviously where the vote finally falls tonight. But then in addition to that, the preview for the blockbuster. Does it give us any idea of who might be the favorite for it? And then do we get confirmation of wall comp? I mean, I think just straight up, if Hamster Watch said it, it's gonna be the case, unless they somehow change their mind from the time that it was said, which I guess could theoretically be possible. I mean, there are only a few actual contenders for the wall comp, and most of them are on the side of Zach, Vince, Morgan, Lauren. I think that Keanu could win a wall comp. I think that Riley could win a wall comp. Those are probably the only two that wouldn't outright target Rachel at the moment. I don't think Rachel's winning a wall comp. Kat's one of those players that like could hang in there for a while and be a contender, but I don't think would be a favorite. Could certainly still win, but again, wouldn't say she's a favorite necessarily. Zach could do really well. Vince could do really well. Morgan. Mickey could last a little while, but I, again, wouldn't be a favorite. I mean, it's anyone that's athletic. Height makes a difference. Light, not that important nowadays for the wall comp. You don't really need to be that light. When Jackson Mickey is able to win a wall comp, you don't really need to be that light. When Jared can win a wall comp, you don't need to be that light. You just need to be strong. You need to be strong, and you need to have the right placement. Grip strength is great, but if you're not, like we saw this with Quinn versus Tucker, Quinn's wrists gave out before his grip strength gave out, and it's because he was just an awkward height for the handholds. So he had to have his wrist in an awkward position, whereas Tucker was just the right height and was able to have neutral wrist position. So it's really like, there's definitely randomness to it. It's just a matter of like, of all of the athletic people, who has the right positioning, and who also is like got the right stuff. Is Zach crying right now? He was just talking to Lauren. Oh, he just talked to Ava, who didn't say she would break a tie for him. He feels like he's in trouble against Vince because he could be. Why don't they measure everyone's heights and arm lengths to give them equal grip to fairness? Good question. All right. That is tonight's episode. Thank you for joining me. Hope you enjoyed the watch party. Make sure you head over to the Patreon if you want to watch the Genius episode 7 reaction video. Make sure you head over to TaranArmstrong.com if you want to pre-order the book Behind the Mirror. And I'll be on for the update tomorrow morning. Final prediction, of course. I never resolved it. It was Zach, right? Update tomorrow. Episode watch party tomorrow. Podcast tomorrow. Plenty of stuff going on. So check it all out. Thanks for joining. And I will see all of you next time.